Hey everybody, it's John Barrett here with Grace, Liberty, and the finished work of Jesus Christ. Not going to talk too long today, but I do want to go over one verse, Ephesians 1:4, that tells us that we are holy and without blame before God in love. And this is important because it's a great indication of what the cross accomplished. It's really, at essence, what the finished work is all about. Holy means to be separated, and in this instance separated by God for God. And without blame is the word we're really going to truly focus on, which is that it means in Greek to be without charge, unable to be charged, and unable to be blamed for anything. And so if you're going to think that through, if sin was paid for on the cross, and as believers in Jesus Christ, that sin, that payment was put to our account, how can we be possibly blamed for anything? How can sin have any indication, any implication, to our lives? Think about this for a second. Think that through. What does that mean? If sin is paid for, then why do I have to earn anything? If sin is paid for, then how does being good or morally right, at least action-wise, have any bearing on anything? Because it was paid for. How could God possibly discipline me or act towards my sin if it was already acted upon at the cross? And so what this verse does is show us that God does not deal with us according to our sin. And I've said on Facebook and other places quite a bit of times that our blessings in life do not come due to our obedience. There is no obedience necessary when it comes to being blessed, and it has nothing to do with our victory or any change in our life. Obedience. The only obedience that we have is to grace, which I've said a lot and will say again in Ephesians 2:8. Victory and deliverance comes by being persuaded of the grace of God. That's what it means in the original Greek. And so we cannot be acted upon by God according to our sin, because it was acted upon at the cross. And so that is very, very important for us to realize. And holy, of course, means that we are separated for God and by God. And He separates us, and that's the thing we need to focus on. He separates us. We don't have to separate ourselves. He has already separated us. We are already separated for Him. And if He's got a purpose for us, but it's His purpose that He's going to fulfill and He's going to do, and we don't have to do anything. We are already holy. We are already separated for God. And that's vital. And so to all these people out there who are trying to tell you, blessings come or are preceded by obedience to some degree, or that a change needs to happen in your life, or that, somehow, you have to be morally good. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. I'm here to tell you that, these things are not dependent upon and will not be dependent upon, your moral obedience. God blesses us and acts towards us not according to our sin, because He can't. Because we are separated for God and for God's purpose already. And it's His purpose, not ours. So our purpose may be, let's go help out some poor people. I'm not against helping out poor people. I did it for years. And I still, love to help out poor people. And I have, compassion on all sorts of people, on almost everybody. But that's not the point. I don't have to do these things, to show that I'm obedient. I don't have to do these things to show that I'm a Christian. I don't have to change my life. And I don't have to live up to a Christian lifestyle, because I'm already separated. I'm already separated. I don't have to separate myself. And that's the point. It's already done. It's finished. And if it's finished, and that's why it's called the finished work. So I want to leave you with that. Don't think that somehow, some way, your life isn't blessed because you're not obedient, because you're not living a good life. Don't think that you're not serving God because you're not out on a mission field somewhere, or you're not holding a Bible study, or that you're not feeding, poor people or homeless people, or somehow, some way you're not doing something right. Because I can tell you right now that the guy, and the lady, who just trusts God for His grace, who is persuaded by the grace of God in his everyday life, has just as much of an impact just being, the mom, the dad, the guy at work, the woman at work, the little kid in school, high school student, the college student. You don't have to be doing anything spectacular. You don't have to do anything at all. The grace of God in your life and working in your life is a testimony. You're without blame, and if you fail and make a mistake and you think, oh no, I'm going to lose a blessing, or lose an opportunity to be blessed, you're wrong. I do a lot of horrible things at points in my life, and I'm sure you do too. And I've noticed, this scripture come to life when at that very same moment I'm being blessed by God. So remember that. Remember that God has got your back, that is not acting towards you at all in any possible way according to your sin. God bless you until next time.